Hello. I forgot we're also
Hello.
on Kick.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so since we're real quick, I guess next week. So whenever it's also on Vara's channel, I'll put it on my Kick as well. So just so everyone knows if you watch over there.
That's
I don't
true because
know.
I don't multi-stream
Yeah.
anywhere. I don't know. I have enough technical difficulties, all right. I don't need any more.
I understand. I
Yeah,
understand all too well.
I'm technologically challenged, so that's a
Yeah.
struggle.
It is. It is. The life of a streamer.
Yep.
A lot of the times just unplugging it. The jokes get made, but really unplugging it and plugging it back in helps a lot of the time.
Yep, if something breaks, I just shut my computer down, leave it for a couple seconds, turn it back on. Ah, it's like a brand new day. Surely it'll work this time.
Right? Yeah. But what have you been up to? I feel like I know we only missed the one show, but I feel like we still have to catch up because last week we had Dan here and we had a whole retro fun stream, which I don't think we got to topics, but
Kind of, sort of. We were talking about retro for a while, which was very fun
it was a lot of
because
fun.
it's always great to talk about like how you got into video games or like your favorite video games, things like that. But I've been playing a lot of Pacopia still, as I've been doing for several weeks. I've been playing a lot of Crimson Desert, like I've been doing for several weeks. I have to start in my free time, the little bit that I have to replay Fable because the remake is supposed to be, or the remake, reboot, whatever they want to call it, supposed to come out this year. And it's been a long time since I played Fable. So I need to do that. But besides that, I've just been hanging out. What about you, Wicked?
Same. I've been just kind of like on the grind trying to make more content on my socials as well as gaming more. I started this was a couple weeks ago, but on Tuesday nights just for a few hours I'm doing Resident Evil 2 because it's been almost 4 years since I played that and I only played once. So I'm
Woo!
like, yes, yeah. I'm enjoying that and also I was just gifted the OG Resident Evil games that are on Steam right now. So when I finish it's either when I finish I don't know, there's just gonna be a lot of Resident Evil going on because I know you and I are starting 5
What's on the
in the
menu this
future.
week, Wicked?
Just
Resident
Resident
Evil,
Evil.
Resident Evil, or Resident Evil?
That's what I mean because I wanna play 3. I never played like, I wanna play the original 2 as well, but I've never played the original for 3, and I liked 3, but once people told me parts of the story that they removed, that seems like they like, it was no need for that, for them to remove that, they should have kept it in the remake. I wanna play the original now, so either I'm gonna wait until I finish 2 to start 3, or there's just gonna be another day that there's 3, so it's gonna be 2, 3, and 5, just Resident Evil channel now. That's what I've turned
Yeah,
into.
I feel like with Resident Evil 3, the problem is that it's like they wanted to put the least amount of developers on the project possible so it would cost the least amount of money, and it's like they rush through it because like
Mm-mm.
I personally don't think that the sort of like structure or the bones that were there were bad. It's just
Mm-mm.
that they did cut a lot of corners, and it's like they made it as short as possible, which sucks because we're never going to get, or I guess in theory we might get another Resident Evil 3 remake maybe in like 20 or 25 years, but at least for now we're not going to be getting one. And so it's like you need to do the best job possible, which is why it's so infuriating when we get these half-assed remakes because it's going to be so long before they make another, if they ever do.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So I'm excited to play 3, the OG, because I had a couple friends, I have people that are really into Resident Evil, got me into Resident Evil. And I was like, I liked 3. What was the problem with it? My only critique was that it was very short. And then so, I talked to my people about it and they're like, "Well, Jill's story is actually much deeper in this one. She practically is about to self-delete herself and like all this stuff." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "You can get
Yeah.
that vibe that she's all like messed up, right?" But I mean,
It's very different.
it's
Yeah.
so different, and I'm
It's
like, "Why would
like
they take that out? Like, why cut corners with like that's one of Capcom's best franchises, I would say. I mean, obviously Street Fighter is good. They have a lot of good stuff, but Resident Evil, like there's people that aren't like they don't play other Capcom games, but they're so invested in Resident Evil and the lore. So it's like, why of all of your franchises are you going to cut a corner and shorten a Resident Evil game?
I almost feel like with the Resident Evil 3 remake, they knew that there were going to be people who were, going to be getting into the series for the first time, and they almost wanted to like prime them for the more action focused, shorter, bite-sized content to try to get like a younger crowd into Resident Evil. But the thing is, like, if a younger crowd is going to be interested in Resident Evil, they're going to be interested in it whether you're providing them 5 hours or 25 hours worth of content. So I'll just never understand that mentality of let's make it shorter. But again, I feel like it was just some corporate idea of, hey, let's charge the most amount of money for the shortest piece of content possible, which is not ever, in my opinion, a good idea. I'm fine with games being shorter if they're like super high quality and it doesn't feel like it's dragging on and on.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like, oh, it being multiple hours shorter made sense for RE3. I mean, it's not, the original isn't a super long game anyway. None of the Resident Evil games are, 50 hours long and open world and you're going around doing whatever you want. But
Maybe someday.
maybe. I mean, the latest Resident Evil game was much more like open and there were more things to kind of do at once, but yeah,
Yeah.
Resident Evil's just sort of linear, which is fine. I love Resident
Mhm.
Evil.
Yeah. And speaking about how much we love Resident Evil, we are still so very excited and hyped and have hope for Zach Cregger's Resident Evil. And I mean it. I'm not being
God.
sarcastic. No. Okay, listen. So this was just released a couple days ago. You know that we have been so cautiously optimistic, right? We've seen set photos. We're like, it's winter. Vara's like, winter, sign me up. And then,
I love the fake snow.
yeah, fake snow, nighttime. That's my vibe. So Zach Cregger's Resident Evil is rumored to have practically nothing to do with the games. That when I read that sentence, like I'm pretty sure the entire universe heard my heartbreak.
It's so over,
Because
bros. It really is. Like, it's done.
so before I continue with the details of this message, I will say it doesn't mean the movie's going to be bad, but can we have a game that's or sorry, a movie that is faithful to the games with the characters that we love? We've
No,
already
Wicked, you're asking for too much, you stupid chud.
I know, I am. I actually am. You know what I think we need? Chat, let us know. We're still working on Vera and Virtue merch. I do think we might need a Chud shirt. I don't know if we can put that up.
I say it so often now. Anytime it's
so
like, oh, jeez, I'm
often.
reading an article from the journos. I have to insult someone. It's just a good default word. That's going to be the next slur. I'm going to turn it into one.
We're gonna make it happen. Every
Yes.
time I read something where someone's talking about like white males or like the alt right or just anything like that, I hear Vera is on my shoulder like the chuds. Like this.
Hey, it's a good word.
It's a great word. So with that being said, the movie is probably still gonna be good because I do think that Zach Cregger has a different like take and outlook on horror, and I like it because he doesn't just rely on jump scares. He does the like there's a mystery right now I'm not thinking of the word that I'm trying to say. It'll come to me at some point. But my favorite kind of horror where it's not just like relying on heavy gore. He has gore, but it's definitely there's a reason it's not without substance. A thriller, that's it. He's good at doing
Yeah.
thrillers, and that is my favorite type of horror. So I think this movie will still be good, but I'm so sad that we're not going to get like Leon or like a true, because I did not watch that movie with what's his face. Was it the guy that was like in Victorious that played Leon? Because I seen who was playing Leon. No problem with that actor, but I was like, that is not my Leon. Like absolutely
Yeah.
not. And I've heard nothing but bad things about that movie, so I'm not even going to waste my time.
It's not good.
So
It's
it's
not.
just this is what it's being described as a horror version of Fury Road. There's almost zero world building, strong visual framing and practical effects doing most of the work. That last sentence I like. Strong visual framing and practical effects doing most of
Yeah.
the work. I like that.
I
but-
agree, but it's like whenever I hear modern or they try to say that they're updating it or practically nothing to do with the games, it just reminds me of the Game Awards meme from a few years ago where it pans over to the screen and it says wrap it up, because it's just like that it's almost confirmed that it's not going to be what you expect. And sure, maybe every once in a while, every couple of years, they claim to be doing something different and it actually works out well for them. But when you have so much existing lore and source material and these characters, there's no reason and no point to make things massively different, because you wouldn't be making this movie or TV show or whatever it is without the fans of the video game. And so in this case, it's a movie, but it's like with the Mass Effect. Oh, we need to change the Mass Effect show to appeal more towards non gamers. We just heard that like 3 or 4 days ago. The reason why that show is existing is because of the gamers. So if the normies aren't interested in the material that's already been presented over, in some cases, 10, 20, 30 years worth of material, you're not going to get them in the theaters anyway. So just make the people who are definitely going to show up happy.
Yeah, he could have done his own like Mad Max or so, yeah, Fury Road, yeah.
Yeah.
Um Zombie apocalypse movie, and people would have still gone to see it because they like Zach Cregger. He's making a name for himself
If he
now.
wanted to make a Mad Max Fury Road movie, all they had to do was adapt Resident Evil 5. That's all they had to
Yeah.
do. They're on the back of a vehicle most of the time.
Yeah, see, even I know that. I've only seen the memes. I haven't
That's
played the game, but
it.
like, yeah,
Punching
just
boulders and cars and the zombie. That's all you have to do. You just have to adapt the correct game.
Resident Chud. I like
Resident
that.
No.
But it's just it makes me sad because I haven't seen them. People told me to at least watch the first one, and I will. The first Resident Evil movie with Mila.
Yeah.
I will. Like it's a fine action movie, but it's not like it's not Resident Evil because it's not the characters that we know and love. So we're getting that again. I had hope, but I mean, he also said something. What did he say? That it's not going to be what people think, or something along those lines. So when we first saw that line, we're like, oh,
Yeah.
So I'm like I said, I still think it's going to be a good movie, but why use the Resident Evil name if you're not going to make a Resident Evil movie? Like it doesn't.
It's honestly, it's just so depressing that we've heard so much bad news about it, because again, like I would love to be super excited, and I still am to a certain extent, because surely guys, one of these times we have to get a good Resident Evil adaptation, right. And I mean, we've had quite a few now, and so he has done a good job with work in the past. I
Yeah,
just it's so depressing that he got handed Resident Evil in this opportunity because he did such a good job. And I'm sure visually it will still be interesting. The sets will still probably be interesting. Maybe the
yeah.
story will be slightly interesting. But when you talk about how it's an original story, it's got nothing to do with the games, all of this is piling up very quickly.
It's an example I'll use. This is just my personal opinion. I think quite a few people agreed with this, but the Uncharted movies, if that would have just been its own thing, I think it would have been fine. I didn't mind the movie, but I'm a big
Right.
fan of Uncharted, and it wasn't an Uncharted movie. Like they didn't need to make it based on the games. They could have just made like a buddy action, like adventure movie with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. Would have been
Right.
fine, but they didn't adapt the game properly, and people were mad. So I think the same thing is probably going to happen here. And it's just, again, Zach Cregger, he's got recognition now. He did Barbarian, he did Weapons. Weapons was really hot last year. So I mean, if he just was like, I'm a Fury Road, but make it zombie apocalypse, people are gonna be like, I'm in. Like people will be hyped for it. I'm
Right.
not hyped for this, and
But
I
it's
hate
because of
this.
name recognition, they
Exactly.
know that Resident Evil's gonna sell. They know that this is going to bring people into the theater. But another big problem, and I had just looked it up to make sure I wasn't insane, at the beginning of March, there was a leak and the script allegedly leaked. Now take it with a grain of salt, but it was being struck down, and you know what that generally means. But it said that it was very comedy heavy, and it was a lot of like
Mm.
slapstick, like, oh haha, it's action funny, and I picked up a grenade and then I threw the grenade and I left because we almost died because I almost blew us up type of humor, which it can be funny once or twice throughout a movie, but if
Yeah.
it's being described as very heavily comedy based, I don't know how that's going to work here either.
Yeah, I mean, Weapons had a couple, like, comedic things going on there, but it worked. It wasn't heavily at all, like, the story itself was not, like, a funny story, but there
Right, but
was
it wasn't
moments that were a little
supposed to
silly.
almost like take itself as seriously, whereas Resident Evil is supposed to be a very like serious series and story with all of these different like world ending, city destructing, humanity crushing elements.
Yes.
So,
I
I love
I don't
life. I'm so
know.
happy that we're live and we're getting to witness this. Like the 800th bad adaptation of Resident Evil. I'm so glad. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you for that,
Uh,
Zach.
I
I just
know.
like again, I get it. I do understand them wanting to do name recognition, but a horrible, not a horrible example, but a very just strong example of Star Wars. They're like, we're going to take this name because it's a big thing, and that backfired heavily. Now, Star Wars is definitely a bigger franchise than Resident Evil, but I'm just saying that's another example of needing the name recognition and then getting mad that the people that you want to like your stuff don't because you ripped apart a franchise. I'm not saying this is going to rip apart the franchise if it has nothing to do with the
Honestly,
game. It's going
all
to
the
be a
other
standalone
adaptations have
story.
done so much damage to Resident Evil that like it would have killed Resident Evil 5 times ago if this was gonna actually leave some serious damage on the brand's name. And I don't think that that is going to happen. I mean, this can't be as bad as the Netflix one, surely.
I didn't watch
Um,
that one, but I'm gonna agree. I'm just gonna go
yeah,
ahead and
it's just
agree.
straight up agree. I get it. Lance Reddick, it was a really good actor, and it was a interesting choice for Wesker. Not hey, race swap, bad, but also I guess that there were a million other problems with that that like were a bigger issue to me, other than having like, even though he didn't fit the description of the character, he at least was he's a pretty good actor all around. So could have been a worse casting, but also I guess the entire thing couldn't have been worse overall. Like it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, more Resident Evil talk here. Now, I talked about this on my stream yesterday, not this, but when I was playing Resident Evil, because there's people that are like people that I guess you can call them casual fans. I'm not someone that's going to gatekeep it. People that played 9 and liked it and now want to go back and play the other games. Awesome. Welcome to the franchise that I love. I don't care. I'm not like that. I think gatekeeping is a little weird. I guess it depends on what. Now, speaking of that, like think of like Warhammer, people coming in there and they want to make it like gay and stuff, or they want to make it for women. I get okay, go ahead, gatekeep, get mad about that if they're trying to change the game. But I'm not down with just like getting mad because you're playing my game.
Right.
But people are like getting annoyed that fans like us are like I'm not like super obsessed with who Leon's married to. I think it's just a fun discussion and the devs were genius to do that to show his ring because they knew fans like us that have been playing the games like who's it going to be, is it Ada, is it Claire, is it Ashley,
As
whatever stuff like
long as
that.
it's not like fucking Chris Redfield, I'm good with any of them.
I
That's
doubt
fine
that.
with
Oh
me.
goodness
As long as
gracious.
Leon is married to a hot babe, it's fine with me. I do not care which babe it is. Like, of
Yeah,
course, for me, like my fan sort of like canon is Ada, but that's just because I like Ada so much as a character. But all of the
yeah,
women in Resident Evil basically are pretty great all around.
but there's people who just play this and they're like, who cares, you guys shut up, and it's like, well, if you don't like the game or the lore, then you played it because it was popular, good on you, just move on. Then we want to talk about this because it's just a fun topic. Now, of course, with every franchise, game, movie, TV show, you get the weirdos that are just like obsessed with it, right? But this came out, an aged Ashley image has been found in RE4 chainsaw demo cut content. Fans are now speculating she could be the one Leanna's married to in Resident Evil Requiem. I feel like that would be kind of a boring choice for him. I think it's got to be either Claire or Ada because narratively that works. Now, people saying Sherry, I think that would be character assassination for him because it's like he practically adopted her. I know it's only like an 8-year
Yeah.
age gap, but no, I would be willing to bet money that it's not her
Also,
because
they
that'd be
didn't
too
even have
weird.
them talking over the phone or anything throughout Resident Evil 9. So like why would they be together and then them not just like throw in like little pet names or something or have them. I was honestly a little bit disappointed that throughout like the city portion towards the end how they're not like talking to each other because it would add so much more depth and flavor, and it wouldn't have felt as I don't know if I want to say that section was boring, but I wish that there was a little bit more story that was progressing. That would have been a great opportunity, but they didn't do that. So like why would they have like in the studio made it so these two characters are together or imagine that these two characters are together when there's no emotional connection.
Yeah, no, and like I said, there's only an 8-year age gap, but you cannot remove the image of them walking away at Resident Evil 2 and she is a child. Like that would be
Right,
gross.
right.
It's not. They aren't doing that to Leon. And Jose Taco, not Grace because he's married when he meets her. So
Right, right.
that wouldn't work out. I think
Leon's
Claire
like,
would
shit, we're gonna die, sister,
let's
so
get married right
let's get
now.
married. Right.
Yeah. But I think it might not be any of them. And they may never let us know, which I think would be kind of funny. But I think Claire would be like the best choice because that's more of like a good choice, right? Because I don't think Ada would settle down. I'm not against Ada. I like Ada, but I feel like the way that they wrote her character, she's like a nomadic spirit that's just gonna go off doing her stuff, and I don't think she's gonna settle down and get married. But
True, but
maybe it
also
also,
after knowing each other for like 30
yeah,
years
maybe,
and sort of having to go through these insane situations together and like for some reason like them always like looping back to one another and it's like their
yeah,
paths are always crossing. It's like why would this
yeah,
not be the obvious choice? It's like with The Witcher. I know you haven't read The Witcher, but in The Witcher, and they established this in the games, like Yennefer and Geralt's destinies are tied together, and Yennefer is the canon answer. But there's all these other women that Geralt are constantly rizzing up, and then there's people who are like, oh, I like Triss or I like Shawnee, and sure, I love them too, but Yennefer is the clear answer, and you
hmm
can tell that. And so it's like they always come back together in the end. So like,
yeah. I
I
can
don't
see. I
know.
wouldn't be mad either way. That's the thing. Like, there's people that are mad about it. Like, oh, it can't be this person. It can't be this. We may never know, and I think that would
What if
actually be
Leon's
hilarious.
married to all three of them?
Oh
Come
my
on,
goodness, he
guys.
might. He
There
might
you
be.
go.
He
Write the
might
fan
be.
fiction.
But I think it would just be really funny if they just never told us because
Yeah.
the internet will keep talking.
I think it's probably better that they don't because
Yeah,
like there's a good reason for all of those potential like romances.
yeah. But yeah, this is, and again, right here, this is exactly why it was genius of the devs to do this. They knew that the diehard fans were gonna dive as deep as they possibly can to figure out who it was. And they're like, I got it. It all makes sense. There's this, there's that. And it's like, yeah, we're all wrong. It's gonna be someone we don't even know. He gets back with the girlfriend that dumped him in Resident Evil 2. Like that's who he's married
Right.
to.
Yeah.
Um, but more Resident Evil stuff. This was funny.
Whew.
Vera sent this to me. This Japanese pen is going viral for containing a real parasitic worm living in herbal oil. And then this guy quote tweets it. This is the kind of stuff a Resident Evil villain carries around and stands himself with before transforming into a giant meat blob with lots of eyes to shoot at.
It's so true. It really is. It's just this is classic Japanese media right here.
That is disturbing, but like it's funny. And
Uh,
then here we go. I'm sorry, I forgot that he's in his
I
underwear or
hadn't
some
seen
suit.
this until you sent it to me. I'm like, why is Wicked putting this in our direct messages?
You
Then I
know
realized it was
why.
a statue. Well, I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know at
really.
first. All I saw was like almost naked Leon. I'm like, Wicked, what is
Hell,
this?
what happened to you? You turned into one of those. So a collectible statue of Leon S. Kennedy in a swimsuit, as well as his normal outfit, are going viral. The most expensive figure costs $369. Now, I'd rather like. It'd be cool if they did a figure where he's not like tied up, but I don't want the swimsuit one. I want him in his outfit.
Yeah, I personally, I really don't like this pose because it's only like 2 seconds long of a scene in the game, and like it's not a very good scene anyway. Like
Yeah,
it just kind of felt like filler, so I
yeah.
would not spend $400 on
In
this.
chat, I see you looking too hard at his muscles. I love Duck Leon. That's the only one I need. I have a couple other ones though. I showed you them. I love the Leon figures I have. Um, but yeah, that was it on the Resident Evil stuff. Let me get a couple supers. Thank you guys. Cajun Corey, thank you for the 5. Mortal Kombat was actually based on a Scandinavian church song. It was a Finnish hymn.
I couldn't. I'm sorry. I tried to ignore
tried,
it.
it
I
busted
couldn't. That
out.
was a really good.
That was a good one, Corey.
Yeah.
You get a gold star for that one and a cookie.
Ah, that's good.
Schick for 199 says Megatron. Thank you, Schick. Saw, thank you for the 5. Hi, beautiful Vara and Wicked Virtue. I love the hair. Mortal Kombat was actually based on a Scandinavian church song. It was a Finnish.
It's like a redo in case we don't laugh the first time. It's like we keep hearing the same joke over and over and over.
Yeah. Did you guys just let it at the same time? Like, ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Thank you, Saw. Schick for 19 says, Wicked, you must get a sumo wrestler onesie. Maybe. I'll see if I can find one, Schick. Because I have, if you don't know, Vera, on Tuesday nights now, I think it's just going to be stuck to Tuesday nights because
you're doing your hobby sumo wrestling. Congrats, Wicked. I always knew you had it in you.
You want to joust. You long for the joust.
Shit.
I long for the
yes, I do.
wrestle.
Hell yeah.
Ian, thank you for that 50 pounds. Cregger's only hope is that he's got drinkers head up his butt. That's a joke, chat. Don't at me. You're going to get everybody at Ian right now. His birthday was last week, so get him. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes. But yeah, Tuesday nights now, which is hilarious because if anybody finds me, like, because they like Resident Evil, my chat goes off and I have the goal to where I will wear one of my onesies. It was the Stay Puffed onesie, the Marshmallow Man, and then I got a Yoshi one. So I wore 10 minutes in, the goal was hit, and I was like, I gotta wear this for the entire stream now. So anybody coming in, I was roasting.
That's rough.
So I'm like, okay, so anybody that doesn't know me and comes in, they're like, why is this chick playing Resident Evil in a Yoshi onesie? But that's very on brand for me, to be fair. So
it really is
my world.
But if you don't know the context, it's like, what is she doing?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Welcome to the internet. Hokies, thank you for the 10. It should not be Ada. She is Wong for him.
That one's not getting me. Hokies.
You can't talk bad about Ada, not to Vera.
No, she's my wife. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm surprised that there's no like Ada figures. There might be some, but I haven't seen any.
I'm sure there are unofficial ones on the internet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I bet I can find them in 2 seconds by Googling.
I'm sure you can. She's like, and I don't have any in my house, by the way.
I actually don't have any Resident Evil statues like at all, or figures at all. I have like a Wesker statue that came with like the TCG from many years ago, but I don't have like dedicated statues. I should buy a couple.
Yeah, get some. I have a few, but they were sent to me. Thank you.
I wonder if there's any of like either Leon and Claire together, or like Leon and Ada together, like some cool pose with like their guns and like stuff like that. That'd be sick.
Wiley, let me know. He's our resident collector. He knows what exists. Because I don't want like a crappy one. You know what I mean? Like these kind of figures.
Yeah, no. If I'm gonna spend money on a figure, I want it
like this. This was a third party seller. I told you this. I showed you this already. But this was, thank you, Wiley, for this. From Patriot was the company, and it looks so good.
Looks great,
and it has different like hands. Like it came with a lot of really cool stuff. And there's another one as well. So. Yeah.
There is just very expensive. Vera Hypernaut says, I'm not spending $3K on a statue. I'll spend I'll spend like $500 on a statue.
That's something good, like a sideshow. Or I'm surprised, I'm surprised at NECA, because NECA has some really good figures, but they're compared to like sideshow, they're more the price is a little bit better, right? Like, I mean, the Catwoman I always have her up.
My problem with buying statues now is there's so many people that will sell like knockoff ones and stuff like that, which does kind of suck.
It does. But yeah, I'm surprised. Like, NECA has like a lot of
Yeah,
horror stuff. I mean, they have a lot of stuff, but they do have a lot of horror. So I'm very surprised they don't have. Maybe it's a rights thing. Maybe Capcom doesn't want to give the rights to anybody. I don't know.
right.
But Duck Leon's always going to be my favorite. And Wiley had said that
He's cute.
isn't out yet. So they have everybody but Ada. Like, come on, gang's all here.
There's a Ada Wong duck.
Well, I have her. I have the
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I gotta go through and look. If I have, I think I have doubles of some of my Resident Evil ducks, and I gotta go through my boxes and stuff, and I'll put them aside for you.
Quack.
The sideshow early Resident Evil figures don't look too good. See, ask Wiley. He knows. Thank you.
Oof, that sucks.
It does. Well, let's move on to. Oh wait, there was one more Resident Evil thing that I forgot. It's not that important, but this got me. I want to know if it got
Oh,
you.
also, Ian donated again.
Ian donated it again. Hold on one second, Ian. Be honest, it got you through the first time, didn't it? That horse, I thought that it was gonna bust. It was gonna run down the hall and murder me.
Yeah,
It got me. It got me.
I hate to say it as well. I walked around that corner, saw the horse, and walked back.
Yeah, me too. I jumped.
Yeah,
I was like, wait,
I'm
and then when you turn the light
good.
on, you feel like it's like when
I'm
you're a
all
kid
set.
and your mom puts like a sweater or something on the vacuum, and
Yeah,
you're
they
and then you
probably
stare at it and you're
knew.
like, oh yeah, they knew. This is the Resident
Yeah,
Evil account that posted that. They knew what they were doing.
yeah, they
Ian,
did.
thank you for that. Another 50 pounds. I want the shirtless Leon statue so I can stand in front of it and say, "Where's your requiem now?" And I myself up in the morning.
I want to get, and I thought of this like a couple weeks ago. I would love to get like a mini Grace figure, like a mini, like 3D printed, and then just a giant gun. And then the gun is like tilted, and it's her like holding it like this. And then it's massive. It's like 10 times the size of her. That shit would
That's
be
a great idea.
hilarious.
That would be very funny. I would love to see
I
that.
felt so bad for like, Leon, you have a normal pistol on you. Give it to the girl. You idiot.
There was like a I think Angela, the lady who voices Grace, put like a little clip on her Instagram or something, like of everyone asked them questions. Like when they do interviews and stuff, they get asked like, why did he only give one bullet? And everyone's going over why, and they get to Nick, and he's just like, we can't make it too easy. And that's his answer.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Switching gears here, Kotaku is at it again. At this point, I am convinced that it is just a parody website because there's no way, there is a way, I know, but there's no way that I can allow myself to believe that people just are really, they think like this. I mean, first we had the Leon on prep thing, and then we had all the, if you guys want us to get into it, we will. I know Vara's probably got it. I'm pretty sure we got it in our group chat, but all of the weird Super Mario stuff about like Bowser being gay or bi or whatever, and just yeah, they're leaning into the retardedness. That's what I'm gonna just stick with. They're like, you know what, this is getting us clicks, so let's just move forward with it.
And that's what's so pathetic is because these outlets, they've only got like 3 or 4 people working for them now. But what happens is they're so desperate for those clicks that they end up just pumping out slop articles like this,
Yeah.
which of course, like when you're already going through a time when nobody trusts you and nobody takes you seriously, and then you're still putting out articles like this, like people are going to take you even less seriously than they already did. And so it's like, how much lower can they go? And so they kind of figure, oh, well, I guess it doesn't fucking matter because like nobody goes to our outlet anyway anymore because they respect us.
Yeah, so we might as well just rage bait now, I guess. So I don't know which Pokemon this is because I don't know the newer ones, and if this is an older one, then I'm just dumb. But I don't remember this one, so I think it's from the newer generation, correct?
I don't know what generation Gardevoir's from.
I think it's definitely not like from the 90s
I
generation.
think
That's the ones I know.
4, I want to say.
Okay, then yeah. So yeah, this guy is a unexpected trans icon. I hate to break it to them, but a lot of Pokemon just don't look like they have a gender. So like, because they're Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
by the way,
fictional
Gen 3.
characters.
Okay, so I was pretty
Okay.
close.
Okay. Wiley, thank you. Bro Toy, see, I knew you'd know, has a 112 figure of Ada. Sideshow has a 1/6 figure of her. Thank you. We will look into that. What is it? Bro Bro Toys? Okay. Thank you. But this is just it's such slop. Like I had to learn what prep was because of Kotaku. So I guess I'm
Ye
learning.
I'm not sorry,
Yeah.
alright? If I have to know, you do as well, okay?
I know. And it was
I'm
Vera
not
that
sorry!
and then I had to tell this Baru. So you ruined 2 lives. Good job. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
You ruined 2 lives.
Well, it's like I have to read so many articles from these guys. It's like they basically use these outlets now as like their diaries and their personal journals and blogs. And so it's like when they talk about this stuff, you have to like know the terminology that they're using and why they're using it. And I know I do hate myself for knowing it as well.
Yeah, but you gotta be in the know. You gotta know, like, unlike the people that, don't like us and that attack you and say you're not a gamer and everything, you actually do your research.
Me, I've never done
You
any research, but yeah, it's like why I play a lot of the games that I talk about is because how are we going to sort of break down their arguments and see the propaganda they're pushing if none of us experience it? So,
yeah.
yay! I'm glad that I get to sit through all this trash. Woo!
Woo! Hold on a second. I think Ian's getting ready to go. Thank you for another 50 pounds, Ian. Holy moly. I can't leave without saying this. Oi, Vera.
Oi! Thank you, Ian.
Oi.
Oi!
I just love the sigh after oi.
It's just so much work.
Hyper Knots, thank you for the Canadian 5. Knots and Damn Toys has a really nice Ada Wong figure that's of sideshow quality that you might like.
So I was just looking at one of them, and so I was looking at Bro Toys, and it says 112, and it's not Ada, it's called Female Spy.
Okay, so it's a third party
Ah,
thing.
yes, guys, I do love my female spy figures. But it does actually look pretty cool. I have to look into them now because man, I just like there's a couple here as well, but unfortunately a lot of them are sold out. Like
Aw,
there's a Claire, there's a Ada, but yeah, they're sold out. You could
darn.
probably still get them online though.
We'll look. So yeah, Wiley says third party like the ones you have. Yeah, like I can't
Yeah.
believe this one is a third party. It's
Yeah, it
amazing.
looks good.
It looks so good, and even like the packaging was amazing. So they put a lot of work into it. So let's end our Kotaku talk. I feel like that's a segment on the show now. Kotaku talk.
Great.
Kotaku pushes adult themes on the Super Mario Galaxy movie characters Fox McCloud and Bowser because this isn't just about writing or awkward commentary. It's a pattern of projecting adult themes onto children's films. It's true, so true. Like what was it? Look, I'm not a furry, but when I see Fox McCloud, I get it. And then Bowser, I know you are bisexual. Like what?
Like
Huh? What?
why do
You know
they
why
think
they're
that that's what people want to read from them?
and this is the same people we're gonna get into at the end. We'll review the movie. There's not much to review, but we're just gonna say our thoughts on it and talk about like characters that showed up and whatever. So, but we'll let you guys know before. I don't think anybody really cares. I did a review on Jay's channel, and people that didn't see it weren't like too bothered.
Yeah.
But this is the same people that wanted Peach and Rosalina to be like gay together. It's like, why do you need that in a kids movie? There's plenty of those trash movies for you to watch. Stay
Yes,
like
and
that's
they
when it
were
bothers
really mad
me.
that they made them sisters. They
You
were
know,
furious.
and that's silly. I thought that okay, so I know this was a game theory thing, but they made a really good argument for this. I think this was the first game theory. I don't really watch that much anymore, but I used to. This was like the first game theory movie or video I watched where they made such a good point that Peach was Rosalina's mom and Luigi was the dad. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. And like the argument was really good for that. Um, so that's I'm not like mad that they didn't go that route. I kind of get the sister thing that probably makes more sense lore wise because like okay, Luigi and Peach, hello, like that might be a little scandalous.
Yeah.
Um, but I never would have thought like make them lesbian. Like, come on, man. Like these people are so. That's when I get mad because it's about kids' entertainment. Kids don't need any of this bull crap pushed onto them. I can't.
Well, these are
Uh,
also the same people that will say things like, oh, Link is non binary.
ugh,
Link is actually trans. You've got Paper Mario characters actually being trans and being this and that. And yeah, I mean, they, of course, are mentally unwell people,
yes.
and a lot of them want to indoctrinate the young in order for in 10 or 15 years, when these kids are grown up, all of this will be normalized,
Yeah.
which
And I
is
don't. That's not okay. It's
terrible.
the same thing. I was actually on the pro show this week and they brought up, I didn't watch this because I do my best to stay away from certain things. Like when this stuff is, I know this because it's thrown into pop culture. That's more of my niche. I know a little bit about politics and stuff. I have my points on that, but I don't really talk about it on stream and I don't dive deep into it. But it was it Newsom's wife, Gavin Newsom's wife,
Yeah,
talking about how she wants the government to take control over what kids watch because they don't want uh their kids to turn like alt right. I'm like, oh, shut up, because it's like they don't want little boys to turn into men. They want them to be femboys. It's so
right.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Whenever you, so of course, children are very susceptible to the information that they are given. And so you can't lean heavily into any sort of political narrative with kids, period. It doesn't matter if it's a hard left stance or a hard right stance. Like you
yeah, I
need to treat
agree.
children as children. You need to protect children. It's just that simple, but that's not the mindset that the left has now.
No, it's if you disagree. I mean, look at J.K. Rowling is a perfect example. She is a raging leftist, but because she disagrees, because she knows that girls are girls and boys are boys,
The
they're
one
eating her alive.
stance, right.
One
They
stands.
don't like the one stance that she has, which is a stance that most people have, is that boys are boys and girls are girls. And it's, it's like when I've had to talk about things like Black Snape. I disagree on J.K. Rowling on most things, and her whole, of course, stance on men are men and women are women is rooted in feminism, because she feels like women are having their spaces taken away from them. And I don't disagree there, but
No.
it's still her just pushing a feminist talking point,
Yes.
and it's rooted in feminism for her, so that's why she has that stance.
Yeah,
And so, like,
exactly.
I technically am defending her feminism, because it's like it's just, it shouldn't be a feminist topic. It should just be a human beings,
Human,
and
yeah.
yeah, men are men and women are women stance. But that's not the mindset that is pushed nowadays.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that you like defending your feminism because, like you said, it's just a human thing. Like, don't have men in women's sports. Don't let men in
Right.
girls' bathrooms. Like, that is not something that I ever would have thought I could talk about. Would have to talk about in my life. I mean, think about like our grandparents, our great grandparents. If they came back and they were here at this time, they'd be like trying to explain modern life to them would be
It's
wild.
like how people will be like, Tolkien would have supported the trans community.
No,
Brother,
actually,
you're
I
gonna
know
be
you
in for a
wouldn't have.
bad shock, bro. Like, Jesus
I hate
Christ.
to tell you,
That's the
but
stance that you have, man.
uh,
Okay, I mean, if that's the stance you want to have in your special brain.
they live in another
Congrats.
place. These people, they have a narrative in their mind,
Well,
and
they
when you
don't live in
step
a
out,
world of reality, which is the issue.
exactly, and when you step out of their narrative,
Hmm.
example, some big beastie man that puts on a dress and now wants to be addressed as a female, and you call him sir, and he gets it like that is not he's not living in reality. Like,
Yeah, no.
listen, your chest hair is peeking out of your dress, your beard is like very long, sir. Like you are a sir. I'm sorry. It's just it's we're living in wild times,
Clown world.
very much so. But let's get a couple more supers here. Chief Corey, thank you for the 5. Vera, your hair looks silky. Wicked, your hair looks like a tired mom. Just kidding. Love y'all's content. I actually did it. Like I did a slick back. This took time to do. I was going for like odd
Slay.
play. I was going for like a kind of an Audrey look, but it's hot in Florida. Okay, I know you're just kidding.
I don't know. I always have my hair down, but I have a
I
lot of
usually do
hair,
too.
so
I did this the other day and I got a lot of compliments on it. So I was like, I'm gonna do this a little bit more often, especially because summer's coming
Yeah.
up. And I always have it down, even though it's like 90 or 100 degrees. I'm like, I never really wear my hair up unless I like put it in like a ponytail or braid it or something. But I'm like, let me try the slick back look, and I got compliments. So I'm like,
Yeah, it looks good. I'm just not used to
thanks.
seeing you
With my
with
hair
it,
up,
which is a
yeah.
little like odd. It's like if I just showed up with like a ponytail, it'd be like, I'm not used to that. Not that it looks bad, but it's just
Yeah.
like it's
No, it took
different.
I wasn't gonna do it for this stream, but I got so many compliments when I did it on Tuesday, so I was like, all right.
You're fishing for compliments.
I need
We get
it. I
it.
need it.
It's been a hard
It
day.
has, guys. It has. It rained. Oh my goodness. Mad Cabal, thank you for the 2. Hello, fellow fake gamers. Hello.
That's me.
That's us. It's definitely Vera.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like because I said
Vera
it's,
Dark.
it's like I said that a Crimson Desert is a game of the year contender for me now, and there was somebody that was like, "Oh my god, you actually are a fake gamer if you believe that, motherfucker."
Oh,
This game
shut
sold
up.
5 million copies, you stupid little bitch. Okay, clearly it's doing better than your fucking rinky-dink marathon with its 18,000 players in game. Go kick rocks, bro. Like seriously, that's what makes me a fake gamer.
Tell us how you really feel.
I know. I do every day.
Oh man, but no, that and I haven't played Crimson Desert, but I know so many people that just like oh my gosh, which game? Not the Hollow Knight game, but there was something that came out around that time that people were loving. Oh, the one that you wanted me to play. What was it? That one where you were looting and booting, and just killing everybody. That I never ended up playing.
Arc Raiders?
Arc Raiders, yeah, that was one that was really popular.
I was like
that everyone,
looting. What came around
I was
that
like,
time?
you were looting and boot. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, Dustborn.
When I heard looting, my mind did instantly go to Dustborn, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness. Well, here's a game. Let's go on to a positive note here. Hold on, Ian says, thank you for another 50, Ian. I'm not a fan of the trans stuff. I don't mind saying it because you're a real one, Ian. Never change.
Very
Please.
casual, just like, man, I'm not a fan of it.
He's
even though these people would literally kill you for having that opinion, Ian.
He's like in a bar and he's like, you know what? I'm not a fan of this trans stuff.
Yeah, right?
Just takes a sip, like to go casually.
Very casual.
Chief Corey, now, thank you for the 2, would like Vera to do a ponytail. I think she would look really cute.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't put my hair up a lot. Maybe one day, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't if I didn't live where it's hot. You'd be fine in a Scottish bar. I believe that.
Yeah,
They'd be
it
like,
snowed here yesterday, so
yeah.
I don't think it's hot yet. It's 31 degrees out right now, so I think I'm all set actually.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna do this all the time, but I do have to go out tomorrow, so I'm gonna Wendy's cosplay, she would kill it. Absolutely crush it. All right, so here's a game that Vera and I are both excited for. It comes out next week, and I haven't watched this yet, so you guys are going to see my reaction. I don't know if Vera watched it yet, but I have not. And real quick, Wiley, thank you for doing your research. Premier Toys has a pre-order for an Ada Wong 1/6 top-notch spy collectible figure, PT 0019. All the older figs sell for too much. Let's give Vera a chance
I'm
to type that
Googling
in.
it. I'm looking. Oh, it's her in her red dress.
Ooh. Which one? The butterfly one?
Yeah,
or...
the butterfly one.
See, that's my favorite. That's the one I did the cosplay for. I do like, she has other good ones, but that one I think is like the staple. Like that is the Ada dress, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. So Mouse PI for Hire official launch trailer. Let me know if you can hear it. I'm pretty sure I hit share sound.
Nothing yet.
Welcome to the trap, mouse.
What a crappy... Some falls don't begin in the sky.
So we planted bombs, watch the canisters go boom.
Mine started a few weeks back. The sky was just the exit wound.
Hey, watch.
Welcome to public transit, bub.
It didn't seem like much at first. Wasn't even sure it was a case.
What you need is a big one. And this, Mr. Pepper, is the big one.
But I won't die, right? What? Something within me, I don't know, old instinct maybe, said turn back.
Get some solid evidence, and we'll get to the bottom of this in no time.
Tammy, ain't you a sight for sore eyes?
Don't go count your mice just yet.
Hopefully you don't get hit for the music. I don't know.
That's coming. Just shut up and keep firing.
This case was more trouble than it was worth.
Jack.
But, well, trouble is what I do. Okay, this must be some kind of foreign film.
I think this looks great. I already wishlisted. I'm gonna get it as soon as it's available.
I cannot wait to play this. It releases next Thursday. I'm so hyped for it.
I'm gonna mute it and just like let it play through while we talk.
It's so insane how much effort's gone into this because like all the cutscenes are hand drawn, a lot of like the animations are hand drawn. Like this is so much work, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad it's doing so well. I think they said it hit 1.5 million wish lists already, which
Wow.
is so cool.
Oh, I can't wait. It's the 16th, right? This comes out.
Yeah, so next Thursday.
I hope that there's no like weird message into it. I don't think there will be. I think this is just a fun game. I'm very excited for it.
I don't think that there's going to be anything odd with it or like strange with it. I just can't see that happening.
I love the noir vibes and like the, Mickey Mouse-esque as well. Like I'm here for all of it. I think it's gonna be great. I feel like it might be a fast game, but we'll see. If it's a fast game, then I'll get it done in a stream or two. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but it could surprise us and be a little bit longer.
I
don't know.
haven't heard how long it is, but I think that they expect this to do really good because it's already getting a official vinyl soundtrack and it's getting an official Funko, which is pretty insane, especially for a team that is fully independent. Or again, as far as we are aware, fully independent. We know what happened the last time a game claimed that, and then we got, high guard. So I guess that could be a thing. They could have different investors. I mean, every company has investors, but yeah, like I haven't heard about a game time length.
No, same. I have not either, but I am excited. I'm gonna play it probably the day it drops. If it's the 16th, what day is that? It's
Yeah.
it's a Thursday.
Yeah, that's next Thursday.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm playing it for sure.
Yup. Also, it's got my favorite voice actor ever, Troy Baker, as the lead. I mean, I think Troy Baker is a good voice actor. It's just his voice is so recognizable now that it does drive
He's
me
done so
a
much.
little bit insane now.
Yeah, he's very popular. Like when he goes to cons, his lines are insane. Because it's not
Yeah.
only video games, he does anime too, right? Or like
Yeah, he does.
yeah.
Also, it says that it's going to be 12 to 20 hours, depending on how long you play and like how you play. And for a $30 game, 20 hours is pretty good.
It is. Wow. Okay, I'm here for that.
Yeah.
And just like for fun, I don't remember who sent this to me. It could have been you. Probably was you.
What did I send you? Oh shit, I saw that in the chat.
Okay, maybe it wasn't. Supergirl looks great.
Oh boy.
They did take a really bad picture of her, to be fair. I don't think Millie's an ugly girl.
No, she just in some different angles and some different lighting, she just looks so suspicious.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's like in her late 20s, right? You'll get it faster than me. I hear you type.
She's 25.
Okay.
And she only just turned 25. I mean, maybe she looks a little bit too rough in this movie. She looked great in House of the Dragon, and she looked
Mhm.
great in what was that show on Netflix with
Sirens.
Sirens with Julia Moore as well.
I liked that one. Did
Yeah,
you watch you watched it, right?
I did. Yeah, she's a pretty actress, and I think that she's been decent. But again, like this mindset of, oh, we instantly need to attack people for criticizing, and then we need to make statements and push feminist messaging. Like, that's just so stupid. And nobody would be memeing on her this hard if she just hadn't made those controversial statements.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. um, Hi Jay. That's exactly why. It was not so they had her make that statement. We all know why, because if the movie flops, it's gonna be, "Oh, because you don't like women." But, well, I mean, it's a Supergirl movie, so, like, it's supposed to be a woman playing her, so no, if we don't
Right.
like it, it's because the writing was bad. She's a good actress, like you said. I don't think she was a bad choice for the role, but I think it's just gonna be more James Gunn's crappy writing. Maybe we'll be wrong. Maybe it'll be like a good popcorn flick. I'm okay with that. That'd be nice, but the route they're going, like, where it's just they have the option to make it where it's like, because the way they ended Superman is that she's like an alcoholic that goes from planet to planet to get drunk, party girl. So if they take her from that to someone that, like, realizes, like, hey, I could be a hero like Superman, maybe, and because they had said in the trailer that she doesn't have people anymore because they all died. But okay, maybe she goes to a planet, doesn't have to be Earth, and she finds her people and she decides to be their protector. Something like
Right.
so simple, but I would be on board with that. But I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, well, this is a major issue now is that female characters are often so underdeveloped in movies and TV shows and even video games because it's like Hollywood has lost the knowledge of the hero's journey and the call to adventure and then the abyss and the character being reborn and atonement and returning and actually seeing that character progression. And it's so disappointing now that we've lost that art of storytelling for these iconic characters because while Supergirl has never been like my favorite character by any stretch of the means, she's still a cool character and I still want them to do justice by her because of also what it means for DC in general and what it means for the next Superman movie and what it's going to mean for these characters. And I don't want them to intentionally do a bad job, but every female character now is basically just a one note character. And that's so sad.
It is. And it's very boring. They're just so lazy with the writing, and then again,
Right.
the fans
If
are who gets blamed.
if she starts as an alcoholic but then like gives it up, there's like a point in the movie where she does something really bad and something really bad happens because of her alcoholism and then she grows as a character from there. That will be really good character development, but are they gonna do that? Probably not. They're probably gonna have her quit drinking like 3/4 the way through so she can do one action sequence, and then at the end the post-credit scene is gonna be her like taking a swig of a beer being like, yeah guys, I did that. And I'm not an alcoholic. I can stop anytime I want. You just know for a fact that there's going to be cringe humor like that in the film.
Absolutely. That's how it's gonna be. Where is oh, never mind. I got it. So speaking of Supergirl, I wasn't really meaning to get on the topic, but I mean, we were making fun of the
We're
picture,
already
so
here.
we're already here. So the Superman sequel, James Gunn searched for Maxima Narrows. Maxima Narrows. It narrows to Adria Arjona, Eve De Dominici, Sydney Chandler, and Grace Van Patten. I don't know who Maxima is. Maybe if I look her up, I'm not very
So
savvy on the all the Superman people.
So Maxima
Who is she?
she's a character that basically looks like Jean Grey. She's got the bright red
Okay.
hair and she wears the green and the yellow cape, but she is a like alien conqueror. She was a love interest of Superman. I think that she had become like super obsessed with Superman because she basically saw him as being like the only good choice of a mate and like to be wedded as like her king and to like rule her people with her. But I believe that she was also a member of the Justice League a couple of times. But she is an established character. She was also in Smallville.
Okay, I have to rewatch Smallville because I think I stopped after a certain point. I mean, I was super young, and I think it
But
was
she's
a
not
rerun. I don't know.
she's not a character that I would say like is as widely known in terms of like DC characters right now if you're not somebody who's like read a lot of the comics and paid attention to every little Easter egg and all of the shows and the movies we've gotten, but she's like generally very obsessed with Superman.
Okay, she kind of looks like was it Starfire from?
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah.
Starfire, kind of like Jean Grey, almost like definitely the
She looks
red-headed
cool.
siren character. Yeah, she's pretty cool, but she's also little
I feel like
cutie.
Was it Adria? She
Yeah.
looks like she probably would be the best. Why do they put? Is this Sydney Chandler? Because I'm guessing it's in order.
I think so. Man, she
Listen, it looks so out of place. The rest of them look pretty. It's not that she's ugly; it's the hair that's just making her look like a little boy.
she looks like fucking Farquaad in this image.
Yes,
All
she
right, I'm
does.
sorry. I thought she did a decent job in Alien Earth. I think that Alien Earth stumbled a lot, but man, I can't with this like little lad berries and cream haircut. She kind of looks like if 11 had her shaved haircut like growing in and this was like the awkward haircut that Hopper would give her, like so that it wasn't all choppy. It's just a little bizarre. Like, is this the only I mean, maybe. I guess I've never seen a lot of images of this actress, but it's like maybe this like an iconic hairstyle for her. I don't know.
It's her Alien Earth.
It's
she's in her
definitely not
Alien
the
Earth
best
era.
hairstyle on her.
No, not at all. But yeah, it's a choice, I guess.
I also don't
Um,
think that any of those actresses really fit the character though. Like it's not that none of them are attractive, but we're talking about like an alien queen here. Like again, you'd assume that she'd be the image of like beauty and grace. It's kind of like how I felt about Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Like Holly Bailey is not a very attractive actress, but it's a mermaid. Mermaids are known in mythology for being like these gorgeous sirens, and she just wasn't.
no, not at all. And thank you for the raid, ladies. Poor choices raid. Thank you.
Woo!
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but when you look at like what they did on Titans
Yeah.
with Starfire, they turned her into like some like pimp looking like she looked like she was like a pimp from the 70s.
That
right?
was rough. That
It
was a rough one.
Very rough. So I mean, that one is easier to take, but I don't know.
Bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Switching gears though, this just I think it just dropped today. Yeah, it just dropped today. I had heard whisperings about this, but apparently they are doing a new animated stepsister movie. First look at Cinderella and Steps, voiced by Amanda Seyfried. The film follows Cinderella's evil stepsisters who are actually depicted as kind and misunderstood, releasing later this year on Netflix. We don't
Why,
need this. That's
though?
it. We just don't need it. That's my take on this. Like, listen, maybe it'll be a cute movie for kids, but I want to say I don't trust Netflix, but K-pop Demon Hunters was good for kids. It was. I mean, I liked it as well, but it was really good for kids. So, as all companies do, they have some L's and they have some wins. So, maybe this will be some cute little movie that introduces Cinderella into like a new generation that maybe doesn't watch like the Disney films.
I also really
Um,
had loved a couple years ago from Netflix. It was called Klaus. It was about the
Oh
mailman.
yeah, I loved
That
it.
was
Santa.
amazing.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
the Santa
so
one,
good.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, the Santa one.
that was very good. That was.
That's one of the only things I'm gonna give Netflix credit for.
And you know what? I'm not big on the sequels, especially when you take like, okay, Walt Disney himself was against sequels. So the fact that they touched stuff that he made, like Cinderella, was a slap in the face. But again, we know they don't care. Eventually, they're probably going to take his statues out of the parks.
Probably.
But they did, I don't know if it was a twist in time. I think they did 2 sequels
They
to
did,
Cinderella.
yeah. I
And there
think we
was the
talked about this
one.
last week
I
as
think
well.
so. And
There
they
was
did.
one where Cinderella is moving into the castle, and then like her sisters are out and about sort of in the world. Anastasia like falls in love with the baker, and
Yeah.
then in the third one, Anastasia basically like clones or like masks herself as Cinderella and falls in love with the prince, and then like at their wedding or whatever,
Because
he's
Lady
like,
Tremaine gets the
yeah.
wand.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But for something like is this a show? Oh yeah, no, it's a movie. This
Mhm.
movie, like, I'm so sick and tired of the misunderstood female villains. Females can't just be evil now. There has to be something wrong. And I'm sure what they're gonna do is have it be Lady Tremaine was always so mean to all of the girls and always telling them they were ugly and stupid. And so like these girls were only led to like this sort of life of villainy because she was abusive and mean to them, and now that they're breaking free from her, you can see that they were just lashing out because they were wronged. I'm so sick of that.
Yeah, same. The way they did it in the second Cinderella was fine. Like again, I'm not really for sequels to these movies, but they made it was Anastasia and Drusilla, or Drusella was the brown hair one, and Anastasia was the red hair. They made her like more human, and then the other sister and Lady Tremaine were still just bad. They just made a
Right.
little side story. But this, I don't know, I'll probably check it out. I don't know. I mean, it's not like way up there on the list for me. Just doesn't feel like it needs to be done, but all these companies, they just remake and reimagine. That's all that they really have.
Yeah, I also think because it's not called Cinderella, a lot of people are probably not even going to watch it.
Yeah, no, because they can't call it that because I'm sure Disney owns the rights to the name Cinderella.
Well, right. So of course there's gonna be like marketing problems there. But that's like we were talking about with Resident Evil. That's why they put Resident Evil on everything. That's why they put Little Mermaid on everything. That's why they put Tangled and Rapunzel on everything, because they know it'll just lead people into at least clicking on it.
Yeah, exactly. And Disney likes to own names for marketing reasons and,
They
to
do.
sell merch, like the Hannah Montana Miley Cyrus. I forgot what her mom did, but her mom basically saved her name. They almost owned her actual name, Disney,
Right.
but she went
Because
and
they were
signed
gonna just
something.
name the character in the show Miley Cyrus, but they changed it to Miley Stewart
Okay.
in Hannah Montana. So, but they almost had gotten Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, they almost owned her name. So
Right.
her I
That's
think it
it.
was
That's
her mom that
insane to
jumped on
me.
that, like, to get that. Yeah. Uh, all right, let's get a couple supers and then we'll move on to the next topic. Chief Corey, thanks for another two. No lie, can't imagine Vera in a dress. I could imagine her in like a like some kind of gothic style sundress, and I think it would look great.
Yeah.
It has to be super gothic or anything. I just mean like that aesthetic.
Well, I
Even
mean,
I have
all
some
I
like
wear
gothic
is
like
black
dresses.
and then like dark brown, maybe like a dark blue, and then more black. So it's
She
not
if she
far fetched.
if she ever shows up in bright pink, call the cops.
That I've been fucking
Something
I've been
happened.
mind melded, I've been cloned, I've been replaced,
The
something
Matrix
like
got
that.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chief Corey, thanks for the 5. This game looks dope, but it's not my kind of game. Hope it does well. Oh, the mouse for PI. Yeah, I think it will do well. But yeah, that's not everyone's type of game. And thank you for another 2, Corey. I would sell a kidney for a new BioShock game. Were you into BioShock? I never got into it.
I like BioShock a lot. It's been a long time since I played BioShock though.
Yeah, I had some friends that were really into it. And Corey with another 5. Thank you, Chief Corey. Adult women with bangs weird me out. The only exception is Mary Morgan because her bangs are swooped to the side and they suit her. I couldn't do like they're all grown out now, hence another reason why I need a haircut. So I'm just like pushing everything back. Like the side bangs, like curtain bangs, I think they look good. But I guess some women can pull off that, but it just not me. And not like that. You have to have some kind of layers in
The
there.
chick in Alien Earth, whew, I mean, she's got her brand image down with those bangs.
She sure does. M2M to M for 2. I was gonna bring up Cinderella 2. Vera beat me to it. She beat you. She's quick, that one.
Yeah.
All right. On a good topic here, we all loved. This is probably gonna be movie of the year for me. Like I don't know what's gonna come out. I'm gonna like more than Project Hail Mary. I can't wait. I hope they have some kind of nice steel book that comes out for this, and I'm gonna buy it. I I loved this movie. But the tunnel where Grace and Rocky meet in Project Hail Mary was built practically. I love that. I love that we're getting some movies that are coming back to practical effects.
They have put so much effort into this film, and I love it so much. There weren't the green screens. They didn't CGI everything. They didn't have the actors standing on the blue sets in front of the monitors. They actually put time and effort into this, and I think that that was so amazing.
Yes, and I'm gonna get the book on Audible now, because I really, really want to read the book now. Yeah, maybe I'll buy it too, but I sometimes I'll buy a book 'cause I like having the physical,
The
the
only
physical book,
thing I
but
am going to say, Wicked, is that there are diagrams and there are pictures.
so I should get the book, you're saying.
So yeah, he'll draw out these different like tables and things. It's much I honestly I have no idea how you would listen to it.
Okay, well, I'm glad that I asked. Every time I'm just gonna ask Vera because she
I could
most
send you some
likely read the book.
pictures.
Yeah, I'll get the book. I'm gonna put it on my wish list, I think. I'll see if I can find a good one. I bet you they have some really nice ones. I would like a
Yeah.
hard so only certain books I want like a hardcover of it, and
I know in a
this is
couple of
one.
months they're coming out, yeah, with the special hardcover for this, with like
Ooh,
the
maybe I should
splayed
wait then.
edges, and it's like got new artwork and stuff, which is cool.
Maybe I'll just get like a paperback copy for now
Mhm.
to read it and then wait for the hardcover to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paperback for the win. You read my mind, Mando. So the tunnel was 70 feet long and contained a huge rig of old school what's a tungsten? Tungsten
It's
lights, no
like
idea.
tungsten steel, like men's rings are made out of it and
Oh,
stuff. Yeah.
Okay. That were then pixel mapped to create a controllable moving sun inside the tunnel. That is so cool.
Yeah.
And I love what Ryan Gosling said. Like it's our job to want to. This is just me summing it up, but it's our job to want to get people to want to come see our movies, not their job. Like that was so base of him to say, and I feel like he's one of the last. We still have older ones like Tom Cruise and stuff, but he's a movie star, right? Like he's an actual movie
Yeah.
star, and he's someone that like if he's in the movie, you kind of don't care about what the movie's about. You're gonna go watch it.
Yes, exactly. And I love when actors actually care about their medium. And with Project Hail Mary, Ryan Gosling, he joined the project 6 years ago just out of passion, just out of interest and love for the story. And so I'm so glad that it paid off for him and that he's able to say these things now of like, let's actually make entertainment great again. Because how often do the people in Hollywood say that? Like, very, very infrequently.
They don't care. They're all entitled and disconnected from reality, and they think that we owe them for some reason. Like they're Hollywood, they're actors, they're in these movies, so we have to like what they put out and just deal with it. We're not allowed to criticize it.
Right.
And that's when you get like the Millie Alcock's coming out saying like, well, because I'm a woman. No, it's not because you're a woman. It's because the script sucks, Millie.
Right.
And we're not like allowed to say it. You just have to.
You just need to shut up and consume content and get excited for the
Exactly.
next movie to release.
Exactly. No, but I will go see anything that has Ryan Gosling in it because I've always loved Ryan Gosling. I'm trying to think of the first movie I've seen him in. It might have been The Notebook. It might have been The
I was
Notebook.
gonna say it's probably just The Notebook, yeah.
But he was so good in that. I bring that up when I think it was on Jay's channel. I came on to review this movie too. And we were talking about his facial expression when he acts, his eyes and everything, just so good. And then I think back to The Notebook, like when he's in pain in The Notebook, like when he loses her or whatever, and his eyes are just, you can see it. He doesn't need to say anything. He's just such a good
Yeah.
actor.
He was
just such a good
great in
actor.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, I liked that.
2049.
Yeah.
I thought he did good as Ken as well. I wasn't
He
the biggest
did.
fan of Barbie as a general movie because I don't
No.
have a lot of like love and nostalgia for Barbies. I was never a girl who had a lot of them. I would get like the special ones. I'm still heartbroken. I should buy them on eBay. They're several $100s now, but like the Lord of the Rings Barbies with like
Oh, you
Arwen
should.
and Galadriel. That is so fucking cool. But I still thought it was a okay movie for what it was.
Yeah, and that's true. I do remember hearing this. That Gosling bought the rights to the book before it was even out. He was locked into this project, which
He
is amazing.
was.
But I agree. Ken was the best part of the Barbie movie. I grew up with Barbies. I was a mix of like girly and tomboy, so I did it all. Growing up playing video games was considered like the boys did that. Like I would go to my cousin's house. My girl cousin would always want me to go play Barbies, but I'm like, no, I want to play PlayStation. Like, I'm with the boys. Go. I'll play Barbies
Yeah.
later. So I had a little bit of both, but I liked having I always tell the story because I think it's hilarious now. I had a Jasmine Barbie, which was my favorite, and my cousin, when we would play Barbies with us, he used to have to save my Jasmine Barbie as Hulk Hogan, and it would be the Undertaker that would like kidnap her. Like it's so that's just how it was.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, right. Like even kids can make great stories, right? Like it writes itself. No, I'm kidding. But he was great as Ken, and he's completely stole the show.
Yeah.
So I can't think of anything that he's been in that I don't like, or at least that I don't like him in.
Yeah. I can't think of anything either.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so moving forward here, we have a few. You know what? I'm gonna get to these topics because I didn't even hear about either of these until our stream was about to start. Apparently, Sony has going to lay off hundreds in massive reorganization across TV, film, and corporate. It seems like a lot of companies are doing this because we are going to switch gears in a second to another company that I think it just got announced because you just put it in the private chat. So
Yes. I think that right now a lot of industries are changing very quickly, and sure, part of that is AI. I don't want to sit here and say none of it's AI. Clearly, a part of it is. I don't think that that
yeah,
is the only issue that entertainment, whether it's TV and movies or Hollywood versus video games, like I don't think that's the only reason. I also believe it's because they overhired for so many years after the pandemic, and
yeah,
now they realize, oh, well, we can't have 10 things that are being greenlit and in production at the same time. And so, since we can only have five, we need to fire the other five teams worth of people. And that, unfortunately, just sort of the way the cookie crumbles. Blame these companies for overhiring simply because they thought it was going to like blow their companies up even higher.
yeah. I agree. And then also this Hypernauts makes a very good DEI hires because now they're supposed to be getting rid of that, right? Like
Yeah.
slowly these companies. I agree with you. I do think they overhired during the pandemic, and then yes, also DEI hires, and there could be a small portion. I know AI is taking jobs from certain people, and this is my stance. Now, of course, some companies are going to try and cut corners, and they're going to be cheap, and they're going to get rid of somebody that is better than AI and bring in AI because it saves money. But I think overall, at least right now where we're at with AI, people that aren't that great at their jobs, like if AI can do better or exactly what they do, they'll get replaced. Like in
Right,
art
AI
for
is trimming the fat right now, but if
yeah.
you are actually valuable to a company, generally they're going to keep you and they're not just going
Yeah,
to cut you because of AI.
exactly. Like artists, for example. Like I do understand why some artists are like annoyed by AI, but really good artists, like really talented artists, I don't think they really have anything to worry about because sure, AI can kind of replicate what you do, but they can't do what you do. It's not the same. So that's at
Right.
least not now, right? So that's my take on that. I
A-
think it's an okay tool to use for certain things, like, but these big companies, like what company was it that was using it for a video game and we're like, what the heck? You have all that money?
all of them.
All of them, yeah. But there was one in particular, I can't remember. We were talking about it and we're like, seriously? So I
Oh,
do think that
maybe Epic, because Epic also just went through layoffs as well.
maybe.
But
Yeah.
another big like part when it comes to video games and movies is the fact that these companies are spending $500 million on a single project just to shut it down 2 weeks later. So we are talking about an all-time high with employee numbers, all-time high in budgets, and then in a lot of cases, like catastrophic failures in terms of the numbers. And so maybe they should make 10 $50 million games instead of create X amount. Or they should maybe create 3 $100 million budget movies instead of 1 $300 million budget movie. And so, it isn't just like the artists and the writers that are a problem, it's also management, because the management isn't doing their jobs too.
It's true. And you think of things like, okay, like McDonald's, right? Especially of lately, like you hear about all like just how bad they are messing up orders and everything. They're getting replaced with people just going and using a computer to place their order. Now, really good workers are probably not going to get replaced because it's really hard in restaurant business in general. Someone who has worked in restaurant, it's hard to get good workers that want to work. So replacing them with like AI, I guess, like computer to take orders, I don't really blame companies for doing that.
Well, right. And also with like fast food restaurants, whether it's Burger King or Taco Bell or like McDonald's, having somebody taking an order and then them being annoyed with their jobs and then them snapping at customers and then customers walking away also plays a factor in their bottom line per location. So if you have somebody who clearly doesn't want to do their job, like they could be losing a company money as well. Of course, 1 or 2 bad employees isn't going to, make or break a McDonald's, but it can hurt certain locations.
Yes. And then as Jay pointed out, he beat us to it, but when was this released? April 8th. Oh, today at 9. So yeah, while we were live.
I was going to say right before we went live, I was scrolling my X and I saw I think it was, the deadline or the variety, which is crazy.
Jay, is that the big one? I've never been to that one. I actually kind of want to go to it. They serve like pizza and random stuff. It's like the world's or America's largest McDonald's or something. It's in Orlando. And I've never been there, but is it that one, Jay? Because I want to check it out. Just
like it's like fun. Road trip.
It's not too far from me. It's Orlando, but yeah, that I want to check it out. Anyways, digressing here. So Disney's to lay off 1,000 employees in the first cuts under the new CEO, Josh D'Amaro. I'm not surprised. Listen, yes, please, Jay. I want a cheeseburger. Thank you. So yeah, I'm not surprised by this. Okay. So
just for the argument, Disney has 231,000 employees total across the Walt Disney Company.
That's not an insane number to me, because if you think about like the parks and the, Yeah, that's not crazy to me. But you know what? The one thing I will say, I know everyone is like, not everyone, but a lot of people are against Disney. As somebody who goes to the parks are they're different from the movies. Like there's actually still like magic in the parks and stuff, and they do a very good job. I will say that. I didn't grow up able to go to Disney, so like when I can go, I like it. It's a nice vibe. But I'm not someone who like the Disney adults that will cut children off in the line to like go hug a princess. It's like
punching children for my Yoshi popcorn bucket.
I did not do that. You can't confirm that.
Hey, I have the text message. All right, that'll hold up in a court of law, kiddo.
And you know what? You're lucky I love you, because I could make bank off this baby.
Shit,
right
those
now.
things are selling like for $120 on eBay.
I know.
Holy fuck! You should have bought 5 of them.
Well, you could only get 2, but I'm like, I don't do that. I can't. You know what I mean? And also, these things are huge. I look hilarious.
You in a trench coat. You with a mustache.
I got those Yoshi buckets. But okay. Anyways, back to, we're such girls.
We really are.
Talk about other things. I'm not surprised by this. I hope that Josh does a good job, because again, like I said, the parks.
Isn't this the fucking
good.
Buster that did Galactic Star Cruiser?
I was just gonna say that. However, he did have one big L, but at least he's like
like one of the biggest L's the company's ever had. Wicked. Oh, He just had an L. Stop trying to get on fucking Josh's payroll.
Listen, sorry, I'm trying to get sued by Disney. I admit it.
It's just like a little oopsie. It's like not even that big of a deal.
He made a whoopsie daisy, but it's totally fine. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I hope maybe he learned and grew from that huge mistake. We'll see. $1 billion L. You know what? Thanks, Jay. You don't have to.
Like wicked.
Add to that. But no, I hope that he'd make some changes that might make the entertainment part better. I don't know though. I can't say. I don't have hope, but I'm kind of like, let's see what he does, because it's like, can he do worse than Iger?
Well, right. That's the thing. It's like when you're following failure after failure after failure. And I know Iger was there for a very long time and did make that like a lot of money and stuff. Like, I'm not saying Josh is like the worst choice possible, but it's also hard to sort of see. I don't know. It's like you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and it's almost hard to see the like chance of failure, because you think, oh, he can't be worse than like a Bob Chapek or something.
That's what I was trying to say. Thank you. Oh crap!
Yeah.
I lost money once, better not do it again. I'm not saying that I have like faith, but I'm kind of like I said, let's see what he could do. Can he do worse than Iger? Or is he gonna say hope might be? I don't know. And then this is another point I was trying to make. Thank you, Jay. Does require the parks make the most money for Disney?
They do, right? Which is probably the only reason why they're still alive at this point.
Yeah. I mean, how much money have they lost in movies? A lot. They don't. Do they even make money at this point? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But so 1,000 is. It's probably going to be a lot more. It says the first cuts, so I think there's going to be a lot more that they let go of.
Yeah,
like 1,000 is nothing compared to what they have. Like, that's like a small business getting rid of 2 employees, and they have 20 people in there. You know,
I think if they get up to like 5,000 across the board, that's when, if I was a Disney employee, I'd really start panicking, because like 5,000 would actually be a significant chunk in the grand scheme of things. Sure, it's not 50% of the employees, but there's no way that they'd ever do that.
Yeah, I know. And Chapek, like, who's gonna do better out of the 3? I'm willing to bet that, you know, Josh might do a little bit better, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't have faith in anything anymore.
$2 billion.
Stay tuned. Let's see.
Galactic Star Cruiser Squared Edition. Love it.
Let's move on to something funny. I actually haven't watched this yet either. Let me just like scroll through and make sure it's nothing. It's a teaser for the new scary movie coming out, so it's not going to be anything like bad. It's not. Okay. I haven't watched it yet. Wow, Smokey with his crazy hair, they made his afro a little less. Remember, he had the big like.
Yeah.
This movie I am excited for. They're making fun of everybody, and that's what comedy needs to do. It needs to go back to making fun of both sides. If you're gonna make it political, make fun of both sides. I'm tired of the one-sided bull crap. I just want comedy to come back, and I think this is actually gonna be funny.
What's up, y'all?
What'd you take?
Just a Ritalin for my ADHD, Adderall for PTSD, a couple of Xanax for my anxiety, and some Vicodin because I want to be high as fuck.
Let's make the most of it. Now wear them white claws.
Okay, well that's gonna get me hit. If I keep playing
Yeah.
that. That's it. Okay,
It is what it is. I'm excited for this movie.
I think it's gonna be funny. Like I said, I'm not gonna say it's like comedy healing, but comedy
It feels
is my
like
favorite
early
genre,
2000s
so.
comedy
Yeah.
again, where they don't care about offending anybody, but
Just offend everybody and you're fine. That's what you should do. Just offend
I just
everybody.
hope that the jokes don't lean too far into like the cringe Gen Z like TikTok humor, which could be a massive problem here, is them like trying to cross that bridge and connect both groups, and that would be
What's up,
just
fellow
a disaster.
youngins? Like, yeah. I have faith though. It seemed, at least from what I've seen, that they're making fun of everybody, and that's what comedy is supposed to be. You're not supposed to be afraid to insult anybody. That's not real comedy.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that. Next week, The Mummy releases, which I'm also pretty excited for.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm pretty hyped for that. It's James Wan, Jason Blum, it's Lee Cronin's The Mummy, but a lot of like good people that are actually behind it and producing it and writing it, which is cool.
Okay. Speaking of movies, this was a list here of the top 10 most anticipated movies of summer 2026, according to 7,000 plus people surveyed by Fandango. So it's probably totally right. No, I believe that Toy Story 5 is up there because families are going to go see that. That's a good family movie. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I have to, like, I want to be excited for that. It's not that I'm not, but hearing what they're going to do to Toby, that leak happened. I don't think it was a accidental leak. That makes me mad. Like, I'm going to be in the theater ready to just like fight somebody if that really happens, because Toby is my favorite Spider-Man. He's the GOAT. I will never not feel that way. But we'll see, because they're saying, yeah, I guess I won't say, since maybe not everyone had it spoiled. So I'll whatever. But that one I'm going to go see in theaters. Devil Wears Prada 2. I actually haven't seen the first one. I'll watch it. I don't know why I'd never seen that one, because it's like even guys have seen that movie, and it's supposed to be like a major chick flick. So I'll watch it, and then maybe we can review Devil Wears Prada 2. The Odyssey, Scary Movie 6. I'm excited for that. Moana, no excitement, because what the heck, man? That movie has been released. What was it? It hasn't even been 10 years, has it, or was it 10 years? It was 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need a live action version of that. And the fact that they put a bodysuit on The Rock is really weird. Like, he has a muscular body, so why are you covering? Like, you can cover his tattoos. I get that, Maui has certain tattoos, but you can just do makeup. But again, cutting corners. Let's just put a suit on him. Minions and Monsters, Mortal Kombat 2. I'm excited for that one. I actually found a vintage Mortal Kombat shirt from it even has like a little hole in it because it's so old, but I don't care.
What?
Yeah, it's super cute. It's got the Mortal Kombat symbol on it, and I'm ready. Like, I'm very excited for that. Supergirl, not excited for that. Insidious 6. I've never seen the other ones.
I want to be a little excited for Spider-Man, but at the same time, I'm just not the biggest fan of Tom Holland's Spidey. I'm not the biggest fan of Zendaya. I'm not that big of a fan of the supporting cast, and so maybe it'll be okay. I just feel like I'm not very hyped for that. Scary Movie 6, I am looking forward to. Mortal Kombat 2, I have excitement for to a certain extent, but it seems like they are making a lot of changes, and it is gonna, maybe not be like as good as the first one. And then Insidious 6, I mean, Insidious is like fine, but I'm not gonna go to the theater to see it. I'm not like lining up and super hyped for. The only movies here I'm genuinely like I want to watch as soon as they release is just Scary Movie 6.
Yeah, for me, Mortal Kombat, Scary Movie 6. So out of all the MCU, like, I am just a big Spider-Man fan, but my favorite Spider-Man is obviously Tobey. Like, come on, that was the best one. Tom Holland's fine. I do think he's the lesser out of all of them. I think it's more of like Gen Zers that think Tom is the best Spider-Man, because I'm like,
because the only one I've seen.
Yeah, it's like, no, Tobey, and that's not. I'm not even going to argue with you on that one. I am correct, and you are wrong.
I feel like I love Tobey, but I think for me, Garfield just a little. I think he might just be a smidge higher.
Well, I don't mind Andrew Garfield. I think the writing was a little bit more weaker on his. It was kind of like wasted talent in a way. Like, he did a good job. He did.
I honestly, I kind of feel like both were wasted talent to a certain extent.
Like, the first two Spider-Man movies with Tobey were great, and then the third
they were.
You can totally tell that production got like the producers and the higher ups, whatever, got way too involved because they didn't let Sam Raimi do his vision. They were like, "You need Venom." He knew nothing about Venom. Like, I've talked about this a billion times, so I won't go there. But that's why that was that way, because he had a vision that he wanted to do. He wanted to focus on Goblin Jr. and like the Sinister Six, and they were like, "You got to throw in Gwen Stacy. You got to throw in Venom," and it was just. That's what we got. But you know what?
Yeah.
We got Bully Maguire from it, so
yeah,
there we go.
Ultimately, they're both amazing. They're both fantastic.
Yeah. But I think most people agree that Tom is lesser, unless you're maybe Gen Z or you just have bad taste. Haha, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't hate Tom
Holland,
I don't hate him. I just don't love him either. He was always like hey gang, what's up? I'm the nice kid on the block. And it's
They also like messed up the comics with him, which is like, it's fine. They're doing their own story, but like him getting the suit and all of the extra, like the webbing and stuff, because he knew
Yeah.
Iron Man was like kind of a cop out. I feel like we need to see him struggle. We need to see him come up. Like that's what you like about Spider-Man.
I have a hot aunt and everyone wants to bang. The Avengers and the casting couch. You know, like we get it, bro.
No.
We get it. Everybody thinks she's hot, man.
I will say, out of all like the MCU recently, because Phase 1 MCU fantastic, but what we've gotten in the last like 10 years or so, Spider-Man are the only ones I've actually liked. I liked the one where they brought Andrew and Toby back. I actually liked that movie, not just because they brought them back. I thought that it was a good movie.
No Way Home.
Yeah, No Way Home.
I like that movie too, but I also 100% agree that it is partially just nostalgia bait and
I agree.
jangling the keys, because like I'm so fucking sick of the multiverse, but hey, at least we got something good out of the multiverse. It was interesting.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, I just thought this would be fun to bring up and talk about. Chat, let us know what you guys think, what you're excited for. But now is time. We haven't done a movie review in a couple of weeks. The Super Mario Galaxy movie. Now this I'm gonna get. I think this is cool. Do I need the Yoshi egg? No, but this looks like a nice little set that's coming out, and I wanted something special for this when it does release. Walmart exclusive, the Super Mario Galaxy movie 4K Blu-ray in a tin egg case, up for pre-order at Walmart. $40 isn't that bad. I think that's very cute, that case.
I like it too. Like the base looks like that really cheap resin plastic, and you just know for a fact that it's going to break, and then you're not going to be able to place the egg on anything because it doesn't have a flat side, and then it's basically just going to be pointless.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm not going to pre-order it. I might want to like see people review how it looks first, because if it sells out, it'll become available again. I don't need to buy this movie as soon as it drops, but I also am okay with just getting like the regular movie. I liked it a lot. Yoshi was clearly my favorite. I love Yoshi. He's my favorite Mario character. So in his introduction, I hollered in the theater.
I thought it was really, really good.
When and I actually have this. Thank you. This was sent to me. This thing, man, like I am unhinged with my Yoshi merch, but come on.
Yoshi!
This is so good because it's that scene when he's walking through New York City and then they start playing Biggie. It's like it's not that you need to forget, but you're not trying to focus on me and my friend. She said the same thing. She's like, you're trying not to focus on the fact that it's a black guy voicing Yoshi, and then he's walking through New York City with Biggie Smalls playing, and I'm like, oh, that was my favorite scene. That was so freaking funny.
It was really good. I like Yoshi a lot as well. Of course, I'm biased because as I've told you, like I grew up with Bowser themed basically everything. Bowser was my Nintendo character because that's been my mom's username literally since before I was born. And so I am biased, and Bowser is one of my favorite Nintendo characters. But I really liked I really like this movie. And it's okay. I am somebody who is fine with the nostalgia key jangling every once in a while. I don't think that every single movie needs to be some extremely high quality, insane storytelling masterpiece in order to enjoy it. I think that this movie had a lot going for it, and I did like a lot of the references that are in this, a lot of the different sort of callbacks. I love the Lumas. I thought they were really great. I thought that the story time with Rosalina was really cute. The inverted pyramid from Odyssey was really cool to see because I was a big fan of Odyssey. I thought that it was cool. Bowser Jr.'s and like the painting is a really nice element. But this movie, I do like how many characters they show, but it did feel like almost too jam-packed with the characters.
That's how I feel. Like, I know it was actually Risket was in another chat and pointed this out, that if you think it's too fast-paced, that you've never played a Mario game. So the fast pace isn't exactly what bothered me. Like, it was very fast, but what bothered me about it, moving along so fast was the characters. They added so many characters and they didn't spend a lot of time on them. Like even Rosalina, she was a big draw for this, right? Like Rosalina's in this one, and I feel like she wasn't in it a lot. Like yes, she gets kidnapped and there's that whole storyline, but she was in what, like 5 minutes of the film, maybe a
Right,
little
but
bit
I
more.
also think a massive problem is just the fact that it's only an hour and a half long. And
That
so
too,
if it
2
was a
hours would've been
traditional
better.
2-hour movie and having that amount of characters, everyone would have gotten at least a little bit more time, which would be really cool.
Yeah,
But if you're not somebody who
agreed.
knows a lot of Nintendo characters, then you're going to be like, who's this guy? Who's that guy? Who's this guy? Oh, I know him. Who's this other guy? Who's that guy? Oh, yeah, I know that chick too. Like, you're going to get a couple references, but it's a lot to sort of digest all at once.
So I seen it twice, and there's still stuff that I probably missed. Like you missed it when the first time I watched it, I missed this when Yoshi was walking through New York. Little Mac runs by him.
Yeah.
Missed that the first time. So there's a lot. I'm gonna have to like look up all the Easter eggs, but I did love that they did a really good job with the Easter eggs. It was again, and that's why the critics have rated it so low. I think they rated the first one low as well. When they actually do what the fans want for video game movies, especially, like the critics hate it and they get mad. It's like, well, you're not paying, so they're doing a good job because the fans like it. So
Right,
this
and
one, I gave it like I'll say like 8.5 out of 10, right? And the first one would have been 10 out of 10 for me. And it's not that I didn't like this one, but it was exactly what you said. I had the same issue. They introduced all these characters and they get barely any screen time because the movie was so short.
Yeah, and I think for me personally, my major gripe with this is the fact that it is called the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and it's not it has certain elements of the Galaxy game, like, don't get me wrong, there are, like, the Space Junk Galaxy, and Bowser Jr. created his own Bowser Planet in the Space Junk Galaxy, and, like, that's really cool, Rosalina's
Mhm.
really cool, but it's still its own unique thing, which I was hoping it was going to be a little bit more Galaxy.
Mhm.
I do like some of the additions and the changes, like we talked about. I don't mind the Rosalina and Peach sister ship.
No.
I thought that that was like a nice family element. I'm always cool with like family ties in movies just because we get them so infrequently, and usually it's, oh, these characters that are women are always strong and independent, they don't want to rely on anybody. But I think it's so tough because it's a step up in some ways, but it's also a step down in some others. Like it's a little too short. There's a few too many characters. I do feel that the story is a bit quick paced, but that is just because there's not enough of a time for the movie. It's only an hour and a half. And so
Yeah.
for me, I would give the first one probably like an 8, and I'd probably give this like a 7.5.
Yeah. I loved
It's
them both. I
it's
loved them.
good and it's fun and it's exciting. It just, for me, it did a little bit too much, or maybe I'd be a little bit more generous and say like an 8.5 and an 8 or something in that general range. Like I wouldn't go above an 8.5 for either of them, but I wouldn't go lower than like a 7, maybe like a 7.5 for, so that general range. And I did enjoy them both. They're both pretty fun. They are not, supposed to be the best storytelling vessels ever. They're not supposed to be the best movies ever. But for me,
Mhm.
there is so much love and nostalgia there with these characters. And so I can't help but smile during it. And I can't help but have a fun time.
I did. I mean, I went to go see it twice, so I loved it.
Yeah.
I know, like, I don't know anyone that didn't like it except for maybe the critics, but the critics don't like anything. They didn't like Five Nights at Freddy's, and that got a high score. Like this is an older. I couldn't find a new one. I'm sure that the critics still have it at like 40, but the fans are at like 80, 90, something like that. So fans loved this. I haven't really seen many people complaining. If they are, then I missed it. The kids in my theater were adorable.
Yeah.
Like they got so excited, and that's what this is about, right? It is like at the end of the day, yes, it is a kids movie, but Mario, it's for the parents and even the grandparents, right? Because this came out so long ago, and that's why I think it's a great family film. Everyone just enjoys it. You just
Right.
got to hang out and just like disconnect for a little bit. And critics, I don't care what the critics think. so many people, even
They're
people
so
that don't,
irrelevant.
they're so irrelevant. So like them, it does not matter. Like it's to the point now where if the critics don't like it, I'm like, I'm probably gonna love it.
Well, right. It's like the Five Nights at Freddy's movies. They gave them like a
Yes.
16 and a 30, and those movies are way better than a 16 and a 30. But it's like
Absolutely.
even here, you know, I don't even just think that this movie's okay. I think that it is definitely a pretty far above average movie. Like an okay movie would be a 5.5, but this is much higher than that. It's still really good. And
Yeah.
so seeing them give it like a 40 or 46, or even some of them are giving it like the 2 out of 5 stars, and like below 50 is wild to me.
Yeah, also because they don't like, themes that have to do with like positivity, right? Like even just
Right.
like think about Mario and Luigi, like brotherly love, and then you got the sisterly side now with Rosalina and Peach, and like heroes going and saving the day. Can't have that. Like they don't want good stuff.
Yeah, and one of
Um,
my also really quickly, one of my major gripes with this is that so many of the characters just talk. I feel
yeah,
like they're not voice acting the characters anymore in a lot of cases, which really bothers me. So it's
just
just a small
just a
gripe. Like
small barrack,
it
right?
doesn't
Yeah.
ruin the movie by any
No.
means, but I wish that they actually maybe like put a little bit more effort into it. It's like Anya Taylor-Joy. I think that she's a good actress. I think that
Mhm.
her voice doesn't not fit Peach, but she couldn't have like raised her
Yes.
voice by like a tiny bit more.
Be a
But
little bit more Peach.
yeah,
Like, yeah, it's yeah, I agree with that. But again, that's just a little nitpick. Like
it's
at
a
the end of the day,
nitpick,
I
right?
liked it. I gave this like a 8.5, and then the first one I gave a 10 because I freaking loved the first one.
Yeah.
I loved this one too. But again, like, it's a kids movie, but I still think I don't use that argument. Like if I dislike something that's supposed to be a quote unquote kids movie, I'm still gonna critique it because kids deserve good movies as well.
They
Because we
do,
grew up
definitely.
with great movies. But this was good. I'm not saying this wasn't good, but like that argument, it's like you're null and void if that's the argument you use with
It's not
me
like the
because it still needs to
Emojis
be good.
movie and stuff. Like kids
Yeah.
deserve better.
Yeah, and Peach's voice is squeaky in the game. So, but that's just little nitpicks. It was good. Like I've got enough merch. I even have a Yoshi keychain. I got a Happy Meal so that I could get it, and I got it. I was so happy.
Yoshi.
But
I
this
love
thing is
him.
adorable. I love this because this was my favorite scene in the movie because I was like, no, they didn't. Like I hollered in that theater when he started walking down the street with Hypnotize playing. It was great. But yeah, so if you haven't seen it, I know most people didn't care if you haven't seen it yet and you're still watching. It's not like we really spoiled anything. It's been all over the internet.
Oh
Who
my
came
gosh,
in.
Mario nukes the junk galaxy, and now he's basically Hitler in space.
I'm sure someone said that. I'm not even gonna bring it up,
Basically, yeah.
but Grace Randolph's thing of like the toxic manosphere. I'm like, bro, find a different grift, honey. Find a
Yeah,
different
she's
grift.
real bad.
I don't really know her, but I've seen a couple clips now where I'm like, all right, I know what you're about. Goodbye. No need to talk anymore. I don't need to hear this.
Yeah.
But let me catch up on Supers, guys. We actually got to review a movie this week because last
I
week, we were
know.
hanging with Dan. It was fine, but that was a lot of fun.
It was.
M2 2M for
You
10.
keep having to pause and then
Because
being
I'm
like,
I'm just gonna
am I
say
saying this right?
M2M. Yeah. I still prefer watching Mario movies over Sonic movies because at least Mario is fully animated and has better music. Mario got time to shine in Galaxy movie and he has a sweet relationship with Peach. Yeah,
Yes.
I like the Sonic movies too. I feel like 3 good examples of great video game movies, and they're all different styles, but they care about the fans and they listen to the fans and they do good fan service. So I got the hiccups. Mario, which is fully animated. Then you got Sonic, which is CGI and animated. And then you got Five Nights at Freddy's, which is all live action. And then they might have done some CGI in that, but I think the suits, they actually had like the animatronic suits built.
Yeah.
But there might be a little bit of CGI with that. But again, and 3 different, like, I wouldn't say 3 different niches, right? Because Sonic and Mario could kind of go together, like kids stuff. Five Nights at Freddy's is for like older kids, I
Yeah.
would say. But yeah, three good. They're doing a good job, and I'm excited. There's gonna be multiple Mario movies. I want them to do a Luigi's Mansion, which actually I'll pull that up in just a minute because I did actually have that. So we'll end with that. That there may be one in the works. I would like that. It'd be really short,
That'd be
probably
cool.
but it would be cool. Old Geezer Gaming for 5.
You know what they should actually do for Luigi's Mansion is make it like 6 episodes of 30 minutes each, and it's all like little different rooms
short stories?
throughout. Yeah, like the mansion and him doing different things in the mansion and stuff. That could be really cool.
That would be very cool. I would love that. Old Geezer Gaming, thank you for the 5. AI for indie film developers will be a boon, but for big studios, it's just be a powerful tool. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Roto, thank you for being a member for 3 months. AI can't replace me. Lots of love, everyone. That is true. That is true. Chief Corey, thanks for the 2. Zendaya always has a stank face. Not a fan. Yeah, I don't hate her quite as much as some people do, but I just think that her acting is kind of mid, and she's just everywhere for whatever reason. Same with like Pedro Pascal. It's like I'm just kind of sick and tired of it.
I'm sick of their faces.
M2M2M for 10. I'm so surprised they acknowledged Mario having a crush on Peach and they didn't mock Mario's interest in her. People were worried about girl boss Peach, but this movie validated both Mario and Peach. Yeah. Well, I mean, people were saying that about the first movie, and I'm like, did you play the second Mario game in your life? Super Mario Brothers 2? It was 2, right? Not 3, where you could play as all of them?
Yeah, so
that's what they were taken from, I think. Now, this one, I will say they did lean a bit more. She's like more stronger in this one, but just talking about the first one, I didn't really get a girl boss vibe because Mario and Luigi still at the end of the movie saved the day, not her.
See, I think that she is a bit of a girl boss, but it's not.
It's not like overpowering. It's not
right.
Like
it's not
annoying.
Overpowering, and it doesn't take away from the rest of the movie. And so I think that for me, I think my issue is the 2-second scene at the very end with Daisy and how they're going to portray Daisy, because Daisy's always been much more like strong. She hasn't had like a significant like romance
Sassy.
and right. She's never like, she's not the damsel. And so she was again, like I think a bit of a girl boss, but I don't think that it was, oh my gosh, eye rolling, annoying.
No.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
For me personally.
Yeah, no, I don't think so at all. And Daisy, I don't know, maybe I hope they tie in like when Luigi was like, see if she's got a friend for me or something, it's going to be Daisy. Like might be a fun dynamic if like they make Daisy and Luigi, because I think they're a thing in the games, aren't they? Or maybe it's just a ship that people want. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so Luigi and Daisy, they're clearly supposed to be like the characters that are paired together, but I think that they're gonna have too many like character relationships going forward into another movie that they're gonna use her in. So I don't really see that being like a focus.
I'm actually okay if they just don't focus on relationships at all. Like they keep like, oh, Mario's got a crush on her, and maybe she has a crush on him. Like the will they, won't they, I guess, if you will, but not focusing heavy on the shipping. I'm totally okay with that because again, this is at the end of the day a kids movie, so not heavily needed.
Yeah.
Jose, thank you for the $1.99. Watch Legend. Tom Cruise is basically a Zelda movie.
Legend is good.
I've never seen it.
Ooh,
I'll have to check it out. I like a lot of Tom Cruise movies, so I'm sure I'll like that. M2, thank you for the 5. Mario characters are generally simple in personality, which isn't a problem for them. With that said, I would love for Mario movies to extend to 2 hours. Yeah, agreed. That was my biggest thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like I want more of it. So, to delve into the characters, I think there's going to be a Star Fox movie that's going to come. I think that's almost certain that they're going to end up doing a Star Fox movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And there's absolutely going to be a third Mario. Like they're going to keep going with it. We'll probably get a Mario movie or at least like a Nintendo animated movie every like 2 years.
Probably.
I think. Retro Meister, thank you for the 10. Those who say Mario Galaxy movie didn't have a good enough plot for a sequel, let me explain why. Its story and moral messages were about motherhood, sisterhood, brotherhood, and fatherhood. More. Thank you for another 5. A princess gets kidnapped. Heroes go off on a journey to save the princess and defeat evil. It doesn't have to be a complex story like from Zack Snyder. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
The characters aren't really, again. So the way they at least used to do games, right? Like the Nintendo, is they created the characters and the game first without thinking about lore. So the lore came later, which is why movies like this, like making Rosalina and Peach sisters, isn't like, unless you're like dumb and you wanted them to be lesbians. Sorry, it's not like panic-inducing for normal people.
Yeah.
Andrew, thank you for the 5. Hey, beautiful nerds. I actually liked Super Mario Galaxy, but I think that Wario should be the next big bad in Super Mario 3.
That'd be good.
That would be good. Maybe they'll bring in Wario and Waluigi. That'd be interesting. They'll bring them in at some point. The third, I don't know.
We're gonna
but
get
at
like
some
10 of
point.
these movies. We've got
Ooh,
plenty of time.
Retro Meister, thank you for another 5. Just simple enough to have good messages uplift humanity instead of bringing them down, which we've had enough of. People want escapism, not realism. Absolutely. I agree. M2, thank you for the 5. Mario Galaxy movie is good for kids. It gets kids excited and interested in the world, music, and characters of Mario. It does respect source material. Yep. And that's what these other companies are failing to see, apparently. Like all the money that like Sonic and Mario are bringing in, like maybe they'll start taking notes. I
Right,
don't
faithful
know.
adaptations make you money.
Who would have thought? M2, thank you for another 10. Sonic has a fantastic animated game world and wonderful game soundtracks. I refuse to validate the live action direct that Sonic movies are in. Only full animation for Sonic, no live action sludge, please.
Fair enough.
An animated Sonic would have been cool. There's not, probably not off the table at this point. And thank you for another 5, M2. I just want one cute lovey-dovey scene between Mario, Peach, and Luigi and Daisy. It doesn't have to be a whole movie, but some cute affection would be nice. I don't disagree.
I hope that like maybe if they do that dynamic in like the next movie, it ends like the after credit scene is like, I don't know, them like sitting together, like getting burgers or doing something or traveling somewhere together, or it's like something fun that you could view as like a date or something that's like really
a double
silly,
date. How cute
right?
would
And
that
them
be?
like going somewhere or doing something, or them like chasing the Lumas or like something like that.
something.
Right.
Something.
Or like the girls are sitting in the back on like the top of a hill, and then the boys are like chasing around like the chompers or something. And then it's like, oh, that's really cute. Like they're on a double date. Like you could view it that way, but it's not specifically them like holding hands and smooching.
Exactly. And before we end here, because we do got a couple more minutes, I wanted to highlight this because I want this. I actually don't think I finished the Luigi Mansion game for the Switch, so I think I'm going to restart it at some point and play through it because it'll be a pretty fast playthrough, I think. I also need to finish Donkey Kong Bonanza, but Resident Evil, okay, all this stuff came out and I was traveling, so I just never got to finish it, but I will. Don't worry. But Nintendo is currently pitching a Luigi's Mansion movie. Widely regarded leaker Nick has broken the news. So it's just a leak, but I believe it. I absolutely believe it because why not?
Yeah, I think that this would be a great opportunity to, I don't know, show something that's a little bit sort of creepier, spookier, a little bit of a different tone and a little bit of different pacing. Like that could be cool. I really like Luigi's Mansion, so of course I am all on board for this. I like Luigi a lot. I like the Luigi's Mansion games. I am born in October. Halloween's my favorite like holiday, or fall is my favorite time of year. So of course I am very biased.
Yes. So I want this. I think we'll get it. When? I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So that is the time, guys. What do you have coming up, Vara? What games? What videos? What are you doing?
Yeah, so tomorrow, I think I'm going to be streaming a new game that just came out. Got a whopping 222 people in game, so you already know what type of title that is. I think it's Erica Ishii and Deborah Wilson's new game. It's called People of Note, and it's got nice rainbows and side, like, shaved haircut characters. So it's a diverse ensemble. So I think I'm going to be streaming that, and then I'll be streaming that for a little while. I might also stream Darwin's Paradox, which is the game with the octopus in it that's like stealth, puzzles, platformer, looks really cute. And then next week, Mouse PI for Hire, super hyped for it.
Same. I cannot wait. And I will be doing, I'll dive into it more on Saturday, but those of you who have been paying attention, I'm trying to get my mom moved down here, get her out of New York. So I'm doing like a special marathon stream on Saturday, and there's going to be a couple of friends joining. It's going to be before Saucy. Don't worry, Saucy is still going to happen. It's going to be a long day for me because I'm doing that, and then immediately we're going to go into Saucy. So I'm doing just like a really fun stream Saturday. Stay tuned and be on my Discord and socials and stuff for more information on that. But you're going to get a lot of me on Saturday. That's the biggest thing I have going on. And yeah, just some gaming, the normal stuff that I do. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm calling it, Jawa. Escape from New York. That's exactly what I'm calling it. So it'll be fun. I hope you guys can come hang out. And like I said, there'll be a few guests hanging out with me, and then Saucy. Rusty, thank you for the Canadian 5. It says nothing unless it was a super. Was it?
Easy
Or I mean a
peasy.
super sticker. No, nope, it wasn't. It just says nothing. Well, thank you for the Canadian 5. All right, guys. Jay actually just went live and he's gaming. So I'm going to send you over there. Maybe I'll pop in his Discord and scare him and then leave because I'm tired. But go over there and say hi. You guys are amazing. And we will see you next week over on Vara's channel. Bye.